Hi guys, so today we are going to start the next chapter, that is Challenge of Democracy, and this is the last chapter of Civics 10th class. So in the earlier chapter you have already seen the outcome of the democracy. So now in this particular chapter we will discuss some challenge that faced by the democratic setup or democratic government. So what are the challenges? So, in the ninth class, first chapter of political science, you have tracked the expansion of democracy all over the world in the last 100 years. And our reading thereafter have initial impression what that democracy is the dominant form of government in the contemporary world. Democracy is the most famous government all over the world because here people wants to be ruled by their elected representative. So, but there are other dimension of democratic setup or democratic government that make us realize that what are the various challenges faced by the democratic government so far. And so let us discuss one by one. At the different point in the tour of democracy, we have noted that serious challenges that democracy face all over the world. A challenge is not just any problem. We usually call those difficulty as a challenge which are significant and which can be overcome. So a challenge, what a challenge means? Challenge means it is a difficulty that carry with an opportunity for progress. Once we overcome a challenge, we go up to a higher level than before. So simply once challenge is arise, so we try to overcome that challenge, and after that after the overcoming of that challenge, a new kind of challenges arise in any form of government. So here the different countries face different kind of challenges. So can you recall the map of democratic government in the 2000 that was included in your textbook? At least 1/4 of the globe is still not under democratic government. So still many countries are there which are under dictatorship or other kind of government, either monarchy or dictatorship. Like for example, in the case of Saudi Arabia, there is a bigger challenge that still monarchy is there, and in case of North Korea, the dictatorship is still there. So democracy is still missing in many countries, and even in case of China, if the government is more or less communist kind of government, not a democratic setup. So because in a democracy there are more than two parties where election are contested on the regular basis, but in China, as far as China is concerned, only one party is there, Communist Party of China. So the challenge of democracy is very real in the world. So first challenge is foundational challenge. So foundational challenge, making the transition to democracy, then instituting democratic government. This involve the bringing down the existing non-democratic regime and keeping military away from the controlling government and establishing a sovereign and functional state. So फाउंडेशनल चैलेंज सिंपली मीन्स कि जो नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक रिजीम है उनको डाउन करना, मतलब उनको डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप के अंडर लेके आना, और जो मिलिट्री है उसको डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप से बिल्कुल अलग रखना. फॉर एग्जांपल इन पाकिस्तान फ्यू ईयर बैक्स देयर वाज ए मिलिट्री रूल अंडर द जनरल परवेज मुशर्रफ, बट नाउ इट हैज़ बीन अंडर द डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप. सो कई बार जो मिलिट्री है उसको गवर्नमेंट के कंट्रोल से बाहर निकालना, एंड ऐसे और सोवरन स्टेट की स्थापना करना जहाँ पे लोग खुद इंडिपेंडेंट डिसीजन ले. And most democratic face the challenge of expansion. The another challenge is expansion. So what it involves? It involves the applying the basic principle of democratic government across the whole region, different social group and various institution. एक्सपेंशन का मतलब ये होता है कि डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट का जो सेटअप है उसको अलग अलग रीजन के बीच में एक्सपेंड करना, अलग अलग सोशल ग्रुप तक पहुंचाना, और अलग अलग इंस्टीट्यूशन है उसको डेमोक्रेटिक तरीके से रन करवाना. एंड इंश्योरिंग द ग्रेटर पावर टू द लोकल गवर्नमेंट. सिंपल मतलब पावर का डिसेंट्रलाइज करना. पावर जो है जो पहले सेंटर के हाथ में होती थी उसको डिसेंट्रलाइज अगर आप लोकल लेवल तक लेके करोगे तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा डेमोक्रेटिक है इंस्टीट्यूशन है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग होगा. एंड अनदर बिसाइड्स दिस The federal principle means simply sharing of power. So the sharing of power is another challenge to the democracy, that still the mostly democratic setup are centralized. So we need to decentralize those institution, and we must give power to the local authorities as well. More or less inclusion of women and minority groups also fall under this challenge. So वुमेंस का इंक्लूजन मैक्सिमम करना और माइनॉरिटी ग्रुप है उनको भी इंक्लूड करना. फॉर एग्जांपल काफ़ी सालों से 33% रिजर्वेशन बिल है लोकसभा में वुमेन के लिए, वो पेंडिंग पड़ा है. सो गवर्नमेंट कैन थिंक ऑन दैट मैटर, दैट if we need to expand the democratic setup, so we need to give women more chance as well, and also the minority group needs to represented in the democratic setup as well. So most countries including India and other democracy like US face this kind of challenge, and US and India are facing this kind of challenge in the present or the contemporary context. And the third challenge is deepening of democracy. Deepening of democracy is faced by every democracy in one form or another. What it involves? It involves the strengthening the institution and the practice of democracy. Democracy as a theory is a different thing, and democracy is a practice is a different thing. For example, in case of India, the Indian government setup is democratic, but more or less the elections sometimes are not happened in our country free and fair manners because of some booth capturing issues, bribe issue, corruption issues, criminal politics nexus. So there are many challenges that people still face. So this should happen in such a way that people can realize their expectation of democracy. But ordinary people have different expectation from democracy in different countries or different societies. So more or less different people have different expectation from different government or different kind of democratic setup. So this challenge takes a different meaning and different path in the world. So in general terms, what it usually means strengthening those institutions that helps people participation and control. So this require an attempt to bring down the control and influence of rich and powerful people in making government decision. सो देखो मोर और लेस इन इंडिया देर आर मोस्टली पीपल लाइक अंबानी है, अडानी है, या फिर मोर और लेस देर आर मैनी कैपिटलिस्ट इन द कंट्री. समटाइम्स other rich people also try to gain the government support for their businesses, and sometimes they try to influence the government in the making of policy in their favor. So these kind of things also happens in the democratic setup or democratic kind of setup. But now the business community and the corporate sector are also interested in the cooperative federalism and many more things, so they also help the people. And we have noted or hinted at these challenges in all various examples and the stories that we studied on textbook of 9th class. We have already studied this kind of story in the earlier 9th class. So let us go back to the major step in our tour of democracy and refresh memories and try to write down the different challenges you face or the government face. So different context and different challenge. So each of these cartoons represent a challenge to democracy, and please describe what kind of challenge is and also place it one of three categories mentioned in the first section. Right, so this is the first, Mubarak re-elected. Shall we open these things? Right, so these kind of booth capturing kind of things. And you see sometimes there is that is, you see democracy something like that where people are forced to give vote in the favor of particular leader or something like that. So it here is a criminal nexus as well. Sometimes this happens, sometimes the White House का रास्ता सीधा मनी से होके ही जाता है, तो देयर मनी इज शोइंग. सो यू लेट मी नो दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ challenges here the government face and everything is happening over here. So suppose in the example of Chile, the General Pinochet government defeated but military still in control of many institutions. So here कौन सा challenge है कि civilian control all over the government institution, holding first multi-party election and recalling political leader from exile. So these are the cases and context you have given many more things. So you need to tell that what kind of challenge it faces. right? So let me know in the comment section and try to do it yourself, that what kind of government challenges is facing. Like for example, Communist Party adopt economic reform but maintain monopoly over the political party. Like Communist Party in China has very strong economic growth. They also believe in the strong economic growth, but they have all the monopoly on the their political power. They have monopoly over the political power because there is only one party in the China and that control everything. So these are the things that where government fails to recognize the demand of people sometimes. And in case of Pakistan, the General Musharraf hold referendum allegations of fraud of in voter list. So here is another challenge in the democracy. And in case of Iraq, widespread sectarian violence as the new government fails to establish its authority. So more or less in जितने भी example हैं, you will find out that there is a corruption over there, right? There is a criminal nexus, military rule. So and the democratic जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन है वो सभी लोगों तक समान नहीं पहुंच पाती है, एंड देयर आर मैनी प्रॉब्लम्स ओवर देयर. सो ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई दीज चैलेंजेस एंड व्हाट काइंड दे फेस. Your description of the challenge for democracy in that situation, and what would be your description in the case of this? Like women are not allowed to take part in public activities, no freedom of release for minorities. So what kind of challenge the democracy face over here? So in Saudi Arabia, that women are not allowed in the decision making, so simply that it is not inclusive, means here the challenge of expansions lies, means you will have to expand your democratic representation to the women and the other group of the people, those who are in the minority. So here are many case studies are given, so one by one you read that, and if you don't get anything we will discuss on the doubt class as well. So try to recall and try to answer all these setup or case studies and try to read these. So now you have noted down all the challenges, and you in so let's means here you are to exercise some different kind of challenges over here. So you may placed and the specific challenge that you noted in one or more than two countries and the previous sections, and in addition also write one item for India for each of these spheres, and try to find out the new categories or some another kind of challenges that government set up in this system. So in constitutional design, in democratic right, working of institution, election, federalism, what kind of challenges government face in these kind of case and context. So you also need to analyze this and try to write these challenges as per the classification that were given in the first section, that what are the foundational challenges, what are the expansion challenges, and what is the deepening challenges. So these are the three main challenges that is faced by every kind of democracy, and here you are to write yourself that what are the challenge of democracy and give an example, and what are the reason for that particular challenge, right? You can write, for example, you can write the women's issue example. You can give 33% of Lok Sabha seat are still pending in the parliament. So what are the reason for this preference? Patriarchy or the male dominated society, that how the male dominated society does not prefer the policies regarding the women. So these kind of challenges that you can explain over here. So what are the reform that you can bring about in the political setup or the democratic setup for overcoming the various challenges of the democracy? So here are the some list given, and the list can be long enough. So here are the some few points are discussed that describe that democracy can be repaired, and it can, and the old rule that are not applicable in the contemporary society, that can be broken and can be framed in new rules in the as per the need of the government. So here are the some reforms were given. So instead of that, let us think some broad guideline that can kept in mind while devising ways and means for political reform in India. So it is very tempting to think that legal ways of reforming politics, but to think of new laws to ban undesirable things. But this temptation need to be registered. No doubt law has an important role to play in the political reform. carefully devised changes in the law can help discourage wrong political practices and encourage good ones. So you will have to devise that particular law carefully. Means we have to frame the rule particularly in carefully to discourage the wrong political practices. Sometimes there are many wrongful means and the wrongful gains the political party, the political leader try to gain from the people. So we need to stop those all things. And but you need to understand that these legal constitutional changes by themselves cannot overcome the challenge of democracy. This is like the rule of the cricket. Any change in rule if LBW decision help to reduce negative batting tactics, but no one would ever think that the quality of cricket could be improved mainly through the changes in the rules. Earlier the LBW was not a rule, but after introducing the LBW, so the quality of cricket and the rule of this new rule enhance the quality of cricket as well. So this can only be improved if the player, coaches, administration thinks that okay, these are the fine and we need to adopt this kind of fair policies, right? So in democratic setup, reform are to be carried mainly by the political activities, the movement, and the most important, those citizens who are aware, the conscious citizen. And any legal change must carefully look at what results it will have on the politics. Whenever we try to reform anything, so we must analyze, or when we must observe that what kind of result it will give. So sometimes result may be counterproductive. For example, many states have banned people who have more than 2 children from contesting panchayat election. So here what resulted? It resulted the denial of democratic opportunity to too many poor women which are not intended. Simply means कई पंचायतों ने ये कर दिया है कि those who have 2 children they cannot contest election. So यहाँ पे एक तरह से जो गरीब लोग हैं उनकी एक अपॉर्चुनिटी को डिनाई कर दिया गया है. सो यहाँ पे लॉ इतना ज़्यादा सक्सेसफुल नहीं है. तो हमें जब भी कुछ ऐसे लॉ हमें रिफॉर्म करने चाहिए तो हमें उसके काउंटर रिजल्ट्स एक बार ज़रूर देखने चाहिए क्या है नहीं है. So the best laws are those which empower people to carry out democratic reform. Best democratic reform होते हैं जहाँ पे किसी के भी sentiment hurt ना हो. For example, right to information is a good example that empowers people to find out what is happening in the government, and it right to information act as a watchdog of democracy. You can ask any information from any government department or any institution. So such law helps in the control of corruption and also ban corruption and impose strict penalties if it is violated. So this is another important reform that played a bigger role in the strengthening of the democratic setup as well. So democratic reform are to be brought about principally through political practices. So we need to bring out the democratic reform through the various political reforms and situations. Therefore, the main focus of the political reform should be on the ways that strengthen democratic policies or democratic practices. So the government main decision should be that it should strengthen the democratic structure or the democratic setup. So therefore, political party need to increase their concern and need to increase awareness among the citizen of any country that needs to be improved, and citizen must aware about their political right, that what kind of right they have. So here the participation of every ordinary citizen is must if we are to overcome these kind of challenges. Any proposal for the political reform should not think only about what is good solution, but also think who will implement and how. So this is another thing. It is not very wise to think that legislature will pass the legislation that go against the interest of all political parties and MP, but measures that rely on democratic movements, citizen organization, media are likely to succeed. So here the legislature part is not that okay, these are the people who will frame the rule. So here interest, it is any political law and any rule and regulation must not be passed if it is against all the political parties and other political parties, and any rule and any regulation that is passed in our country that need to be go through the proper observation and after debating whole issue we should finalize that rule and regulation. So there should be a very wise observation and comparison classification. So there should be a very empirical study regarding the rule and regulation. So here is a case study is given over here. So you need to, we will study one by one that what are the challenges over here. So here the first challenge is doctor absenteeism. In Uttar Pradesh government there was a survey and found that doctor posted in the rural areas are simply not there. उत्तर प्रदेश ने एक सर्वे किया जहाँ पे ये पाया गया कि उत्तर प्रदेश में जो प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर हैं, जो हॉस्पिटल है, वहाँ पे डॉक्टर ही नहीं हैं. क्यों? उनकी बदली तो गांव में है, लेकिन दे लिव इन द रूरल, दे लिव इन द सिटी एंड दे हार्डली विजिट 2 or 3 times in the month in a village, and villager have to travel to town and pay very high fee to the private doctor even for the common element. सो गांव में डॉक्टर की अपॉइंटमेंट हुई पड़ी है, लेकिन वो डॉक्टर गांव में नहीं रहता है क्योंकि वहाँ पे उसको सही नहीं लगता. वो हार्डली 1 मंथ में 2-3 बार जाता है और गांव वालों को शहर में आना पड़ता है. सो हियर व्हाट काइंड ऑफ रिफॉर्म यू विल प्रपोज? सो हियर रिफॉर्म प्रपोजल वॉज the government should make it compulsory for the doctor to live in the village where they are posted, otherwise this service should be terminated. तो सबसे पहले ये है कि गवर्नमेंट को स्ट्रिक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन देने पड़ेंगे डॉक्टर्स को कि दे विल हैव टू स्टे इन द विलेज, अदरवाइज देयर लाइसेंस विल बी टर्मिनेटेड और देयर सर्विस विल बी टर्मिनेटेड. और डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और पुलिस, they should definitely carry out the surprise attack or surprise raid to check the attendance of the doctor. सो डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को भी थोड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग होना पड़ेगा. एंड इवन विलेज पंचायत शुड गिव पावर दैट एनुअल रिपोर्ट ऑफ द डॉक्टर विच कुड बी रीड आउट इन द ग्राम सभा मीटिंग. इवन द विलेज असेंबली और द विलेज पंचायत शुड ऑल्सो गिव सम पावर दैट दे कैन रिप्रेजेंट द एनुअल रिपोर्ट ऑफ द डॉक्टर एंड दैट कैन बी कंसिडर्ड in while other that should be considered if any wrong thing has happens, right? And problems like this can be solved only if Uttar Pradesh is split into various smaller states which can be administer more efficiently. देखो आज के दिन उत्तर प्रदेश की जो जनसंख्या है लगभग वो 21 करोड़ से भी ऊपर जा चुकी है. सो to rule over such a huge population is very much a difficult task for the administrator. So government must focus that how this state can be administered. For this, the many reforms are pending. They are saying that it should be bifurcated or the UP should be broken down into many smaller states that can be easily governed or easily administered. So these kind of reforms you can propose. And another challenge is political challenge. On an average that every candidate who contested last Lok Sabha election owned a property of more than 1 crore rupees. तो जितने भी लोकसभा के इलेक्शन होते हैं वहाँ पे जनरली जो लोग होते हैं वो उनको 1 करोड़ से भी ज़्यादा प्रॉपर्टी उनके पास होती है. सो यहाँ पे ये संदेश जाता है कि जो लोग इन्फ्लुएंशियल होते हैं या पावरफुल होते हैं या फिर रिच लोग ही इलेक्शन कंटेस्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड मोस्ट पॉलिटिकल पार्टी आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन मनी गिवन बाय द बिग बिजनेसेस हाउसेज. और ज़्यादातर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी इस जो बड़े बड़े बिजनेसमैन हैं वो चंदा देते हैं तभी वो उन पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा डिपेंडेंट रहती है. बाद में ये जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी उनके फेवर में काफ़ी ज़्यादा पॉलिसीज़ बनाती है. सो हियर इज़ द what it is highlighting here, the main highlight is the role of money in the politics. So जब रोल ऑफ मनी पॉलिटिक्स में बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है तो गरीब लोगों की वॉइस कोई नहीं सुनता. सो हेयर व्हाट आर द प्रपोजल? सो हेयर द प्रपोजल दैट फाइनेंशियल अकाउंट ऑफ एवरी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी शुड बी मेड पब्लिक, राइट? And these accounts should be examined by the government auditor. Another, there should be a clear-cut mechanism of the funding of the election, or sometimes the state should give some money to contest the election, and government can think on the ban of the corporate funding as well. And citizens should also encourage to give more donation to the parties and political party, and such donation can be exempt from the taxes and other kind of concession from the government as well. So here you can take any kind of challenge in your area, and if you have any challenge, and you can suggest some reform proposals. We will discuss later. And if you have any kind of challenges in your mind, so let me know. So further we can discuss these reforms in the discussion. So here how you will reform the democratic setup. So here is the another case study is given. You should read yourself and let me know if anything happens or not, if you found any difficulty in reading out or understanding any kind of concept. Okay, so here we need some other measures. We need to revise some other rules and regulation to make democracy a more uh, systematic setup. So, what are the some qualifications? So the ruler elected by the people must take all the major decision. सबसे पहले तो इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट ये है कि जो भी रूलर इलेक्ट हो वो सब इलेक्टेड रूलर ही सबसे ज़्यादा मेजर डिसीजन ले, कोई दूसरा आदमी ना ले. एंड इलेक्शन जब हो तो एक मीनिंगफुल चॉइस लोगों को मिलनी चाहिए और लोगों को एक फेयर अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलनी चाहिए ताकि वो अपने रूलर को चेंज कर सकें अगर वहाँ पे कोई बढ़िया रूलर नहीं है तो. और ये जो चॉइस और अपॉर्चुनिटी है ये हर लोगों को मिलनी चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ अमीर लोगों को ही एक्सेस हो सारी फैसिलिटीज़ का और अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ का. द पुअर शुड हैव इक्वल चांस और इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी टू इलेक्ट देयर रूलर एज वेल. And this exercise of choice must be limited by the basic rule of the constitution and the citizen rights, and this choice must be limited by or according to the constitution. So here you feel that there are many there are many political leader who fails in uh, this kind of challenge, this kind of conditions. And we have discussed many things we have discussed many things that how the people roles is limited in the government participation and how the political leader only control the decision of the poor people as well. So poor people must have equal choice and opportunity where they can bring out a healthy government in any country. So more or less there are certain things you have discussed in the democratic government and setup, that we discussed the democratic right at length and noted that the right are not limited to the right to vote, stand in election, form the political organization. We discussed some social and economic right as well, and we have taken up the power sharing, that how power sharing is the spirit of democracy. And you also saw that how the brute rule of majority hamper the democratic structure, and also the minority voice is also necessary for the healthy democratic setup. And our discussion of democracy has gone beyond the government activities. We have seen the many how we discuss democracy on the basis of gender, caste and religion. So these are the things here overall what we have studied in this particular civics book, that redefining a democracy, that how we refined the democracy all over again from power sharing to challenge. So these are the various things, various aspect and the concept of democracy you have studied in this book. So you got a fair idea that what a country need to become a healthy democratic structure or a healthy democratic country. So and how could we define a good democracy, and what are its features, and what is the feature of democracy, and how we can call any government any democratic country a good democratic country. And so write in your own word that what according to you is a good democracy, and send me on my number, and I'll check out each and personally. I'll evaluate each and everybody's answer. So let me know that what kind of definition you want for your democratic setup, and what you think that okay, this should be this is the best practices in the democracy, and this is healthy for the people and to run a country. So here try to write. So this is only this here your chapter end, and let me know, and if you found any different thing, that what kind of democracy is good for your country. Like you can tell me anything like free and fair election, free from the corruption, free from the criminal political nexus, and the regular audit, regular social and economic audit, and the implementation of fundamental right in a proper way. So there are many more things that you can add to enhance the democratic structure of any kind in any government. So here your chapter end, and if you have any problem in this particular chapter, so let me know. And this chapter is not included in the CBSE as well, and even NTSE does not ask any kind of question from this chapter as well. This is for your understanding only, that democracy face many kind of challenges in the contemporary world, and we need to overcome those challenges by legal or constitutional reforms. So the main theme of this chapter, that what kind of the various challenges and how you overcome that challenges, and another is that what are the some good feature of the democratic setup. So here your chapter ends, and if you have any problem regarding any concept, so let me know. So till then, enjoy your study and stay home, stay safe. Have a good day. Thank you very much.